So, when a hurricane destroys an entire city, leaves people without power, without food, without water, what do y'all think is the most important possible thing that we could be doing in these critical hours after Hurricane Ida hit New Orleans? That's right, folks. Arresting people for looting. That's right. Police officers have made numerous, quote, arrests connected to the looting in New Orleans as the city continues relief efforts in the wake of Hurricane Ida, officials said Monday. Police Chief Sean Ferguson spoke briefly about reports of looting during public safety update alongside city leaders and officials during a news conference. We continue to make numerous looting arrests throughout the weekend and will continue to do so, he said, without disclosing how many arrests have been made. That's right, folks. When people are starving, when people have no water, when their pets are hungry, when their kids are hungry, and they're just trying to feed their family, send them to goddamn jail. Because they're a looter. They're a rioter. That's what they are. They're looting, folks. Why let food go eaten when it can sit in a moist, damp room and expire? Because we all know if a store goes back in and there was significant flooding damage, they're going to throw everything away. It's all a write-off to them. So that food is already written off. So it's illegal to feed your family during a crisis. It's better to let the food go to waste and rot and be thrown in a dumpster or a landfill. That's better than for your kid to have something to eat during a disaster. But again, this is the world that we live in. He also noted that residents and business owners have reported burglaries as they return to their homes and businesses. In the event the city's 8 p.m. curfew is lifted prior to power not being fully restored, authorities will put in place a deployment of law enforcement and guard soldiers to address and deter any looting in these communities, the chief said. Again, now, if you're stealing someone's record player and their record collection, that's a problem for me, right? If you're stealing from a store, a chain, a corporation, have at it. Take everything you can, as far as I'm concerned. I don't believe that stealing people's personal property is a good thing to do. But if you're going through someone's apartment building and raiding their cupboard, I'm completely okay with that. Either way, I think one of the problems with this is if we had accurate aid, accurate rescue, and a good society that actually treated people with respect, people would not feel the need to loot, quote unquote, a business or people's apartment buildings because all of their needs would be met. They wouldn't feel the desire or the need or the necessity to take other people's things because they would be just fine. But when government creates a crisis, people are going to act accordingly. And so I think it's a little ridiculous that during this moment, people are talking about rioters and looters instead of, how can we stop climate change? How can we make sure people are okay and not displaced during crises? Whatever, but the looting, that's the important part.